Hi, this is Travis of Black Ring Tactical, and today I'm going to tell you how to secure the doors in your home to prevent home invasions. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the deadbolt. So what you're going to find on most doors is your little regular door handle like this with a lock on it. This one's actually for an interior door. That's why it has a little hole right there. Don't use these on an exterior door. But these are not enough to secure the door. These are very easy to kick in if this is the only thing that you have. Your door is considered like very unsecure. So get a deadbolt that goes on top of this, you know, the rotating lock cylinder up here with the deadbolt that comes out. Get one of those. Two is one is none. So get a separate one if you can. Put two deadbolts on there. May look a little unsightly. People might think, you know, hey, why do you have two deadbolts on there? What are you afraid of? Nothing, right? Because you have two deadbolts. It's going to be very hard to kick in your door. With that being said, the strike plate that the deadbolt goes into is this little guy right here. This one's actually for this lock, for the little handle lock, but the principle's the same. So the strike plates, they come with these little tiny screws about this big. These are absolutely worthless. When they go into the door jamb, you have just this little bit that's going to stop the force of someone kicking against this, and they will rip right out of your door. Ask me how I know. So what the option to do is to replace those with like a 3 or a 3.5 inch screw that goes through the strike plate and into the frame, into the door frame, the studs in the wall. That is going to make it extremely difficult for the person to kick the door and rip the screws out, because these screws are now into the studs. So go ahead and replace all the screws in your hinges and in your strike plates with big long screws like this, and it's going to make it exponentially harder to kick the door in. So with that being said, we'll move on to hinges. This is a security hinge. As you can see, it's got this little tab right here that fits into this little hole. So as it sandwiches together, that little tab goes into the hole, and then when you're kicking against this, it actually just adds another little layer of security so that the hinge doesn't get kicked apart, right? So same thing. These are actually the screws right here that came with these security hinges, which makes it not very secure, right? So take these, throw them in the garbage, put the big long 3 or 3.5 inch screws through these. That will make the hinge side of the door very difficult to attack. And as a guy that used to kick in doors for a living, if we can't get through the lock side, we're going to attack the hinge side, and usually that's the weak point that people forget to replace the hardware and things like that in their hinges. So one other item that you can do is a kick strip. There are commercially made available ones online. You can find them at the big box hardware stores and things like that. I just make my own. These are Simpson Strong Ties. They use them in construction applications to, like, you know, go around wood and you can nail things together. So they have all these holes in there. I take these and I drill holes in them for the deadbolt, and also for the regular handle right here, the handle lock. You can just drill your holes in here and then put your big long 3 or 3.5 inch screws through this into the studs in the wall. And what that does is, as the deadbolt goes through this and into the wall, when you kick against that door, now it's spreading the load of that kick all throughout the entire studs in the wall, and it makes it extremely hard to break into a door with a kick strip like this on it. Like I said, they are commercially available. If you care about how it looks or anything like that, go ahead and buy one of the commercial ones. If you're a DIY guy like myself, I just make my own. And yeah, it doesn't look very pretty, but man, I tell you what, it works. So get a security system for your house. ADT, Xfinity, Knight's Fire Protection, I think, offers something like that. There's different, you know, mom and pop security companies out there. Get a security system. Try to get one that's monitored by an outside, like a call center, so that way if, you know, the alarm does go off and you're not home, they'll call you, they'll call 911, get the cops on the way, things like that. If you can't afford that service, then go ahead and go on like Amazon, or even, you know, like your hardware stores and things will have the little brake sensors, little electromagnetic sensors on there, so that when the door is open, it will set a chime, or it can, you know, put a real loud alarm or something like that. When I lived in an apartment, that's what I had, because I wasn't able to get a commercial security system. So I put one of those little brake sensors up on the door, and it worked really well for at night. Just make sure to turn it off in the morning before you leave. Otherwise, you'll wake up your significant other and they get pretty mad. So cameras, go ahead and get some cameras. Ring, Simply Safe, all that. They make really, really nice cameras. Go on Amazon, eBay, whatever. Costco even has camera systems that you can buy. They're relatively inexpensive. The prices come down a lot lately, and you can get those that they have apps on your phone. I can sit, across the state and look at my cameras and see what's going on in my house. And they're, like I said, they're relatively inexpensive. So go ahead and get cameras, get a security system with the security system little placard thing out front in the lawn, whatever. You are 60% less likely to be broken into if you have a visible security system and cameras. The burglars will just go to the house next door because your house is now considered a hard target. And last but not least, make sure that you have a firearm accessible, be it a rifle, a pistol, a shotgun, whatever your flavor is. Go ahead and make sure that your firearm is readily accessible, because if they do get into your house, that is your last line of defense. And I think in the next video, we're going to cover windows and how to secure those. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, go ahead and leave me a comment. Send me a text, an email, whatever. blackringtactical.com is the website. Sign up for some classes, and we'll see you on the range.